it's going to work, so we'll just have to run with it. But what is up, everyone? I'm on my lonesome at the moment. Basically, Liam's having trouble with getting onto the Xbox app, which we use to chat on here. Bella, are you coming up? But we are back for some Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker, Part 3. And I'm desperately trying to remember where we are in this plot, because all I remember is that we killed an innocent man, and we think Claire did it. I can't really remember anything else. So, what's this? Try re-inviting me. Alright, sick. It says you're online. It says you're online, that's a positive. Let's see. Aha, right. You've joined the party. So, first of all, mate, can you hear me in the party? Oh, you've left. Hello? Oh, I can hear you, but you're quite faint. I just need to... There we go, that's better. Right, so I need to add you on the party audio so everybody else can hear you. But how's your day been, mate? Alright? There we go.
Right.
Your audio is included.
Beautiful.
So
I've ticked the box. Everyone else should be able to hear me.
So if anyone is here, can you just let us know whether you can A, tell us whether the audio's good full stop, but B, if you can hear Liam as well, because if we can, we will crack straight on with the next part of this game. But before we do, mate, did you hear me before? Because I am actually trying to think of where we are in this story, apart from those two things I pointed out, that we think it's Claire still, and also that we got a patient killed, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, to recap, for those that don't remember, my internet had a fucking mare last time. So I missed like half the session, and I haven't had time to look at what happened before. So I really am the worst psychiatrist in the world. I don't care about the patients. And I remember I just came back, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a gambler." My internet cut out. Cut back in, was like, "Oh, should I do it? Should I gamble?" And I went, "Yeah, fuck it." And then I just heard a gunshot, and then my internet went out. It was really trippy, but yeah.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
Think sod it, we'll just jump in and play.
David is my
Let
husband.
people join. We are a little bit early, to be
Stabbed him with a
fair,
steak knife.
but it was literally
I'm a
just to jump
qualified
on and
angel of
test
death
that
when I'm
everything
dancing.
works.
You get this steak.
Do you want to sit on my lap,
Hilda.
or are you going to sit there?
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie
So
just...
we
you doing?
determined that like Claire can see ghosts, right?
Set it
Because
for
there was that
today.
whole thing about her husband being dead, but then like
David
her
Hunt, I can
speaking about her
change
in the
my
present.
skin.
Then skin.
Yeah.
Dr. Dekker dated his
Right, you're
patients.
sitting
I had a
there.
hot
Right,
date.
okay.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr.
Oh,
Dekker
that's
did
right. Yeah, we
firm.
got a date with
Asked
what's
me
her
for
face?
Nathan's number.
There was a girl
Mariana,
there.
isn't it?
Am I right?
Violet.
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was
Yeah,
preoccupied
Violet.
with finding
Photographs.
No.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the
Yeah,
beach
no,
since.
Had a bit
Mariana,
of
isn't
a
it?
shaky Lucas
Yeah.
Till I
Just
find
fucking-
something
Yeah, I was
Fire.
thinking, what?
in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
What?
I
Can I
wish I
have
had
it?
said
I thought he
Dr.
was playing
Dekker
football right now.
cursed me. It didn't weigh enough.
What
to
are
have
you
a body
doing
in
on
it.
there, mate?
Double duty.
There's someone else in my hour.
Therapy waits
Brought
for no
David
one.
back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting.
Alright. Oh my god, I didn't even realise you could skip that then.
Oh yeah, we
Right,
learned
okay.
that Dr. Dekker keeps people in his basement.
Yes. So yeah, so he kept that woman that Claire's husband was having an affair with, or not having an affair with, but was it an affair? I can't remember.
Iris, right?
That woman he got with anyway, that's it. And that's why we think it could potentially be Claire as well, because there was a bit of a thing between them.
Yeah, I wonder if that
Right.
story strand always happens, or if that's solo for like Claire being the killer.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So we got to Claire, didn't we? And then we just gave up because it ran on for quite a while.
I'm worried
So
that
let's
David's
just cycle through
not going to
these.
stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him.
Where did this come from?
Oh yeah, he goes out and hunts. She says he goes out and hunts animals, doesn't he?
Right.
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way.
That is
at all.
like serial killer
Ever since
behaviour,
I brought
isn't
him
it?
back from the
They
dead, he
always
has done
start
nothing
out on
but ignore
animals and
me.
it gradually gets
I'm
worse.
starting to think that I need
What
to
are you
put
starting
David
to
out
think?
of his misery. That I need to end his suffering. That I need to kill him again. What shall I do, Doctor? Should I kill David?
No, don't bloody kill him.
Well, if he's not real,
Are you suggesting yes, kill him? Just that the worst. It like takes a whole new level. This like psychiatry sessions. We're now advising people to kill one another.
or we just skirt around it and be like, was Dekker an alcoholic?
If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink.
Good
He
mics and
certainly
no
never offered me a
tomatoes.
drink.
Brilliant.
God knows
It's a
I
good
could have used
start.
one.
Yeah, I fixed my internet, Fleecy.
Have you ever taken temazepam?
I've never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep.
Oh yeah, what was the relevance? Was it that like Dr. Dekker's body was found with that, so
Yeah.
alcohol and sleeping
he
pills?
had alcohol and sleeping pills in his system, wasn't it? Actually, isn't there a way? Yeah, if you back out, you can just look at the clues, can't you? So, is it the toxicology report? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, he had, temazepam. I don't know if you can see that because my mug will be there.
Yeah.
But you've got the temazepam in brackets to the right, and then you've got ethanol at the top. So
It says sex at the top.
I'm just gonna say no, don't
Very
kill him.
well. I will do as you say. I suppose I can let this go on now that someone else knows about it. The responsibility of having David is too much for me on my own. Thank you, Doctor.
We're on Act 4, right? Because
David
I think
hasn't
there's
been well.
5 acts in this
Otherwise,
game.
I'd taken you.
I
Shall I bring him to you next
think
time?
so. Fuck, I can't remember.
Yeah, bring
Next
David
time,
to me
then.
next time.
Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him. I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I'd talk to Iris again, did you?
No, I didn't make it up. That's the story about the basement, right? Oh, I can't. This is what happens.
Then
Just
Mr. Bryce seems to have a few more issues than me. Perhaps you should ask him about that. Oh yes, here. From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
Right, let's have a look at this. Right, David Castleford. Right. Why is it me or like aspects of that image blurred out?
Yeah, it almost looks like
It's been doctored in some way. Like, I don't know, maybe it hasn't been, but some areas of it are really blurry and others aren't.
Is it me, or does it look like on the right you've got the flowers and it looks like a silhouette underneath, and it almost looks like that would be Claire's hair and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's odd that. Okay, keep that in mind. Oh, hang on, what's this? I should tell Bryce Iris denies being locked in a basement. Okay.
Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions. I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close a door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right. My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill. Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't, but curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock.
How are you doing, Fleecy, anyway?
That's an interesting idea, Doctor. It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past.
Okay, so we've finished with her. So, let's move on to Bryce, shall we? You still there, mate? I'm just going to check in case
Yeah, I am. I'm just taking it in. Also, we have something to ask Bryce after that convo with Claire, so...
Yeah, let's have a look at that again. I should tell Bryce Iris and I is being locked in the basement. Okay, does that come up here in his questioning? No, so let's type it in. So I'm just going to type in Iris basement because I think the game's clever enough to sort of pick up what...
I'm sorry, I don't know about that.
How extraordinary. So the girl in the basement was somebody that Claire knows, and she's adamant that I didn't rescue her. I really wish I'd taken photos now.
Interesting. So I quite like that mechanic. So like at the beginning of this game, I was typing out full questions, but you can actually just get around it by putting keywords in. Right, so...
DC says barricaded in a room with AC at
I'm fine.
25 Celsius and die like a hot house.
I'm worried.
Poor kid even.
My pursuer in the hour,
God.
He's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him.
Such is life in the UK, where we get like maybe a week of nice weather and then it just goes back to like 12 degrees or something.
Yeah, it's been fucking pissing it down today.
Last night, I saw him draw something from his jacket. He was approaching me, grinning. I had nowhere to go. So I closed my eyes and imagined. Well, I imagined being back home. And when I opened them again, I'd teleported. My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker. I think they were called temazepam. I never took them. I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos, Doctor?
What are you thinking, mate? I'm leaning to yes. Tell Jessica about the photos.
I'm thinking like it's not going to go well if you say yes, but I feel like this man needs closure. Yeah, let's just go yes.
Let's just go yes.
Yes, you're right. I should tell her what I've done. Or at least let her have the photos. I don't think she's going to be very pleased. But I should be honest.
So this is the girl that he when everything stopped, he had the 12th hour or something, the extra bonus hour. He went and stripped a woman down and then took pictures of her. Is that right? Isn't it?
Work is fine.
Yeah, and if we're assuming
If anything, I've been falling
this is
behind
all
again.
nonsense,
I think it's the stress of not being
Yeah.
alone in the midnight hour anymore.
Oh, that's it. The midnight hour. That's it.
I stole a painting.
difficult
There,
thing with
I
this
said
game
it.
is that you're
It was from the local
using
gallery,
them to vouch for
Providence.
each other and create each other
I
alibis.
really like
but
it,
because
but I
they all
can't
have various
afford it.
problems going on, you
So I
just gotta
took it.
take everything with a pinch of salt.
You see what he said there about he stole a painting? That sort of checks out with what that Jasmine was saying earlier on, because she said that Bryce was actually at the art gallery. So if he's now saying he stole a painting, that kind of marries up.
All the alibis vouch for each other.
It's
apart
just
from
that one
Claire,
thing,
right?
just
That
the
we're still
painting
hard
Yeah.
I've
on
stolen
Claire.
recently. I think
Yeah.
my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor? If I really like them?
No.
I never saw Dr. Dekker
Okay.
touch a
Oh,
drop.
I picked the wrong
Doesn't
one.
mean it wasn't going on behind closed doors, though, does it?
Thing is, you know, Mariana, she doesn't necessarily have an alibi. It's just that she saw the nurse. I forgot her name.
Ellen.
That's it, yeah. She saw her on the pier. So we're sort of taking her word for that. But that's, I don't know, the thing is, if it's anything like Shape-Shifting Detective, then I'm probably guilty of overthinking here.
I thought you'd say that. I will do my best to refrain from it.
What's this?
But I
You
can't
guys have
promise
made some
anything.
interesting choices already today. Oh, okay. Jasmine saw him all night when Dekker died. Yeah. So he's looking pretty darn innocent then, isn't he?
My
You know how
pursuer,
like there's two
he's
strands
measured
to
in
this
his
game that's
approach,
helping them
watching,
and
testing.
locking away the person.
When he finally came
If
for
we're
me,
set on the fact
I
it's
wasn't
Claire,
ready.
then we should do our best.
I think he
to stop the
underestimated
guys.
me, though.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to escape. He didn't think I'd be able to just leave.
As we've said in
Why do you think
previous
he's coming
parts,
after
though,
me, Doctor?
if it does end up being
Oh.
Claire, I am going to be
I think I might,
disappointed.
though.
Because at least Shape-Shifting Detective had you for a while, like going back and forth, whereas with this, it's sort of been Claire.
I do agree,
since
and I wonder if it's
point
like,
one.
you know, the way we
No,
complain that
no,
we
I'm not
probably have the
becoming
weaker
him.
of the three
I'm
versions
not
of it being
becoming
Claire.
Dekker.
I wonder if
Yeah.
it's the same here, where Claire's the obvious suspect, and it sucks that we've got again
I think
another
he's
obvious
death,
one.
Doctor.
Yeah.
I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score. Do you think it could be death?
He's like the Rain character, isn't he?
Yeah.
From Shape-Shifting Detective. Yes, I think it's Death. No, I don't think it's Death.
I reckon we say no, we try and like help him a little bit. He's
Yeah, that's the... Yeah. I was
It's just me.
saying.
I'm going crazy. I'm so strange. Everything about me is strange already, but to have another presence in my hour, it's unhinged me.
Can I just say that I really like this guy's acting.
Yeah. Like, because he's certainly got a bit more about him. Like, I feel like this guy, if you were to ask me and say, like, you know, a year's time, I'll tell me characters from this game, Bryce is probably one that's gonna... I'll probably call him Bruce, like I did in part 2 or whatever, but, like, he's one of the
I was
more
as surprised
memorable
as you
ones.
are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon. These sessions
He
cost
says,
a
but
lot
you
of
guys
money,
happen to
Doctor.
get the most
I'm not
easy
just going to
character
leave in the
for
middle
that
of one.
perspective. We
But I
did,
can
and I just
see
feel
you
like
don't
it might have
believe
been a
me.
bit more epic.
Do you
if we
really
had
want me
Rain
to
or Violet on the
teleport,
blind
Doctor?
playthrough.
I agree. The only reason I'd pick it would be great if it was Rain is because with Rain, you actually have the jeopardy of dying as well. So, like, could you imagine we got Rain as the killer and we managed to, you know, get it right and not die, and then we found out that there was a chance of us dying? It would be a little bit more satisfying.
Also, the fact that you meet Dak in chapter 2, like, it almost makes chapter 1 slightly redundant.
Blink, and you'll miss it. Told you.
What?
Yes,
Lovely.
that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition. No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power. I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients. I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening
I
to me
agree,
complain
Fleecey.
about how
I really
little
like
time I
Jaya
had
as well. Jaya.
during our
I think
10-minute
her,
slot.
Mariana, and maybe this guy. I think the rest of them are all right. Right, okay, we finished with him.
Yeah, at least with Jay, she's quite quirky, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We've got completely new people. So let's speak to.
I don't want to talk about
Jaya.
grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know,
Oh yeah, wasn't there a
but
kinky... My
Professor
internet cut
Alderby
out,
used
and
to be
when
my
it came in, it was
professor.
like a kinky
He
thing.
teaches history and psychology, amongst other
Oh
things.
yeah.
I know
there
it's
was.
not technically work, but he
It felt
asked
like-
if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
So I just wanted to finish then. Yeah, it felt like a sort of dreamy sequence.
Oh, I'll
you know?
say.
I don't know. I don't know if it actually happened
I didn't
or
think
not.
you'd mind,
but-
since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding. Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it.
Let's just mix it up a bit. Ask
Some
about the
people would say
toxicology
Dr.
report.
Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple.
So wait, mate, here's my school of thought, right?
I've
so
been known
Dr. Dekker
to
probably
drink,
the alcohol
not
and
as
the
much at the
toxicology
moment, not as much as
was
Dr.
an
Dekker
alcoholic.
did.
So it's the
He kept
sleeping
at
pills
least
you have to
one
look
bottle
at.
in his desk drawer
Yeah.
at all times. You can't
If he was in
imagine the
cahoots
amount
with
of
Claire
times I wanted
lock
to
this girl
sneak
the
in and have
basement,
some.
Then there is a chance that it is Claire, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you know what? I've just remembered a detail that from the last part was that Nathan found the key card about 15 minutes after, or was it 15 minutes after Dekker was at last seen alive?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he found it on the floor, didn't he? Right.
Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
I have a theory what that dream is. I'll say later. Okay. Let's take a look at this little hint bit. Jaya said Dr. Dekker kept a bottle in his desk drawer. Could someone have spiked it? What, with the sleeping pills? I imagine that's alluding to.
So he fell asleep because he died in his chair, didn't he? So someone could have
Yeah.
spiked it.
I don't
And
take
slipped in
sleeping
and
tablets,
stabbed him.
never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful.
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
Yeah,
I'll
100%
go and
test your
suggest it.
fingerprints.
Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime. If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents. The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox. If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
Right, okay. Oh, it looks like we can go to the next chapter,
I
but
have
we've still
no
got
idea.
lots
Maybe
to
he
talk
was
through yet.
an undercover secret agent. Maybe he was getting more
Probably
annoying as
trying to
time
drive people
progressed.
crazy or help
You're
them.
not,
But
though.
I think,
You're
you know,
lovely.
maybe help
Is this a
them
good time
with,
to
with
ask
a little
for a
bit of
raise?
chaos in there, why not?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say help them.
Yeah, we helped the gambler in the last
Wow.
episode. He had a
I was
gambling
kidding, but
problem,
thank you,
doesn't anymore.
Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't
He's
worry,
no
I'll
longer
sort it all
suffering,
out.
is he?
Exactly.
It's all about how you view things. It's all about perspective.
Mate, we are the best psychiatrists.
Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent.
Real talk, though, like, I actually do think I'm a good listener. However, for it to be a job and for it to be all freaking day, I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I couldn't really be a therapist or psychiatrist, however you want to put it.
I liked Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
Right.
The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself. Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother. There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
I murder people. I relax listening to music, playing games. I relax by eating. I relax by playing sport. I'd say the one that suits me to most is probably listening to music.
Yeah,
I
it's
bet
pretty
you're the
my
same,
one.
aren't you?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, so I feel like we've got to go
I
with
bet
that
you like
then.
dance music. I don't know why.
Dance every weekend.
Why is it now letting me go through all of them? I've just told you what Okay.
I
just
love
called us
video
hipsters.
games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
Oh. We're
Someone's
awake.
not played Life is Strange Tomb Raider.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
Make your mind up. What are you doing?
Mariana thought I played hockey.
Okay.
Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Oh, you're off. See you later. Okay, we're finished with you. So, who are you?
Scarlet.
Imagine that.
I haven't been in since he died.
It's like you don't know
Since
who it is, you've
Dr.
not got it
Dekker
booked in. It's like,
died.
oh, who are you?
You're like really nervous about going to your first session. You're like, I'll give it a go. They're professionals. Sit down, and the guy's like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. She's gone and sat on the couch behind me. She just wanted to stretch out a bit. Right, tell me about
was
Dekker.
A complicated man, as I suppose most people are.
Oh, dearie me.
External persona didn't match what he dreamed about.
Maybe heard about her already. Yeah, you know what? The name Scarlet rings a bell.
His dreams were amazing,
Where
filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures. It was like Narnia for grown-ups. That was in the beginning.
Hey, is there a way to look back in the clues? Because like, Casey says, mate, heard about her already, and I think that we have mentioned her somehow somewhere else. I just remember the name Scarlet.
His dreams were amazing, filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures. It was like Narnia for grown-ups. That was in the beginning.
I don't know if this is... I'm guessing it's like a keyword thing, but like... Some of the words there were like italicized. And... Creatures, Narnia, and beginning were the words that were italicized. I don't know if like they're a point of conversation, but... Yeah, I've not seen anything about, you know, this woman before.
Hi, Laura. Nice to have you on.
I'm a dream walker. I can visit
Hello.
people and help them in their dreams.
And congratulations again.
You've not caught up on all his old patients yet, then?
She was here, babe, about 2 minutes ago, and then she buggered off and went and sat on the couch behind me. So I think even she's fed up with me now. She wanted to stretch out a bit.
This lady just had a go at us for saying we haven't read up on her patients. Sorry, I don't like reading. Maybe some of us can't read, Scarlet.
Soft, intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture if you asked, but they drew you to them. They looked a little strange, but you felt compelled to watch them. Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally.
You know what? Fleecy, remind me, is it every possible character we meet could be the killer? I mean, I know we're going down the Claire line.
Between 6. I feel like any of the main guys you meet at the start and Jaya.
Right,
I think that's what someone said before.
So all these people are just, you know, they're just info dumping, basically.
I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity?
It makes sense, because I'm guessing that's why
I can
actually
visit dreams, but I can't force
a lot
the
of this
dreamer
stuff
to
you can just skip, because it literally says the next chapter's ready. So, yeah, that probably is it. Let's see what she was doing.
Valentine's Day was awful.
Don't remember. I can tell you.
A bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch.
You know what? I'm tempted to get the clue there. It is actually killing me not knowing where I know this name.
Yeah, Scarlet.
It hurt a lot. I needed stitches.
She's not the woman. She's not the double glazing woman, is she? Or anything to do with that? Scarlet. The only other characters I can think of. Oh no, she says no.
Is it one of Ellen's
I've been able to do since I was little. I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams. We just thought it was normal. When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person. A little. and know their dream.
Yeah, I can't remember, you know.
Then I can sort of jump into them.
I don't know who this woman is.
Oh, feel free to tell us, Lucy. I have a feeling it's something to do with Ellen.
I think, in my mind, firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it. I don't know. Lots of people.
Some of these patients
Whenever I
think
get
they've
close
got these
enough to
really
tell
weird,
somebody
quirky
about it,
things,
the
didn't
first
they?
thing they
Like,
want to do
one
is
can see the
try
dead,
it out
one
or
can
have me visit their dreams.
shapeshift, one can
That's kind of
teleport,
why I'm here.
another one
Okay.
jumps into people.
Relationships.
Mariana said Dekker dated his patients and her name was Charlotte, so Dekker dated this woman.
Ah.
It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements. It's hard keeping friends too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out. The problem is, I don't normally like what I see.
Oh, here we go. Were you dating
He's dead
Dekker?
now, so I suppose it won't affect him if I admit that. So yes, I was. Not near the end, though. Not when his dreams started changing. Like I said, my ability ruins relationships. Who told you? Jaya? I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Bright midnight hour.
Oh, why is it destroying New York?
Wonder how long it takes to make these games.
Ghostbusters reference, nice.
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker.
Oh.
Sorry.
Now, Scarlet.
We didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like
you
the other
green-eyed
woman.
monster, you.
So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior.
To be fair, like, Jaya's alibi is at home alone. So we still can't rule her out. Like, I still think it's Flair, but we can't not rule out Jaya.
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or terrified me, it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that.
Oh, sup, Sonia. No, it's cool.
It's
cool.
embarrassing.
Let's try and fill you in.
What should
we've
I
met
do,
this
Doctor?
woman.
Should I not tell people about my ability?
Dated
Keep it a
Dekker.
secret, bottle it up.
Her special thing is that she can jump into people's dreams. We still think it's Claire at this point. Who else we've spoke to? We spoke to Bryce. He's
gonna own up to the woman that he took photos of her.
Yep. Jaya, whatever her name is. She is a bit stressed of her job. So there you go. That's half an hour in about 1 minute. Keep it secret. Tell people about your ability. You tell people about it, they're gonna just think you're bonkers, though, aren't they?
Yeah, let's help. Let's say keep it secret. She
I'm
says
not
nothing
sure
good
that's healthy.
comes from it.
But I guess I could give it a try.
I think that
What
was the
if
wrong
it
answer,
accidentally
mate.
comes out?
I think
Is there
so,
anything else I
like,
can do to stop pushing people
long-term
away?
help, short-term pain.
Refuse to dream walk, be honest, accept they're just dreams.
I'm inclined to say be honest.
Go on.
Double honest. Interesting. I suppose I haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go.
Oh yeah, we did tell Claire not to kill her husband who's already dead.
It's difficult to do when you experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right. A lot of the time I assume people are controlling their dreams like I can. But they're probably directed by their subconscious, and who controls that? So, if I could breathe through my ears, you wouldn't want to see it. I do say no. A lot. But I usually cave eventually.
Right, what's this little thing? Scarlet wants to stop pushing people away. Maybe she should refuse to dream walk for them or be honest. Oh right, we've just gone through all of that. What else? Okay, so we are done with her, and we are finding out who Glyn is now.
Sorry, I'm Glenn. I didn't expect to be here. I was looking for the men's room.
What?
No,
I thought you had an
it's
appointment.
like, nah, this is it.
Like I said, I was in the green room. You know, that new restaurant in town. I actually need to do something. Done. Sorry. I was in the middle of a date and needed the restroom.
And go.
Here I am. Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door into your office. Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place.
Right.
No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she won't be there.
Oh, I can't wait to parody this. Right.
No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now. Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. I don't know what changed him. Of the few sessions I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors. But I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. Then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening.
Easiest money. This Dr. Dekker was fleecing Glyn. He was saying, cough up 150 quid and then go walk through that door. Poor sod walks through the door, ends up somewhere else. Easy 150 quid.
The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another.
He'd be fucked if he forgets his passport.
Right, I should ask Glyn if Jai saw him walk. Oh, we've done that.
My dad died. He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever. It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens. Then he died. I needed those words to be important. here I am.
That's quite interesting.
He was stoic. He had tuberculosis in his lungs. That's what killed him. Nobody knew until the end. I never got to say I loved him. Yeah, maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier. It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye. I did love him. He just broke everything. No. I hadn't seen him for so long. I just let it all out. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls. Do you know what he said?
I think we're on Act 4, maybe?
Yeah, I think the next act is the final one, because I googled
Sorry.
it and I'm pretty sure this is a 5-act
Over
game.
and over again. Like you really meant it.
So you've got
You
it,
did.
what's this? You got it down to
You really meant
3
it.
people. Oh, Sonia knows
When I
already
stopped,
who it is.
when I was exhausted, he
I'm
smiled
going to guess
at
the
me,
3 people that you're
like
toying with, Fleecy,
he
are
cherished me.
Claire,
Like he'd been waiting to say sorry.
Nathan,
Waiting
and
for forgiveness.
I want to say either Mariana or that Elin, the nurse.
I
And I
didn't
think
get
maybe
to.
Jay are in there, potentially.
I
Oh,
didn't
of
get to
course,
say I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
him. I didn't get to
Yeah,
forgive
them
him.
3. Claire,
He
Nathan,
just
and
said when
Jaya.
one door closes, another opens. And then he died. What does he think of me?
How the bloody hell am I meant to know?
Nathan has an alibi.
those
The thing
years,
is, though, didn't you say
thinking I was the bigger man.
card, like 15 minutes.
It turns out he
before the
was.
Does
There's
he
no
have an
going
alibi?
back, is there, Doctor?
I don't remember him having an alibi.
When one door closes,
I thought that, yeah, the
it's
only
shut
thing
forever.
was, yeah, the fact that he found the key card.
Oh,
like
no, you
15.
meant Bryce. No, that's fine, yeah. So Bryce has an alibi.
Oh,
Even
right.
has. Mariana potentially, well, most likely does.
Yeah, yeah. So it's Claire, Jaya, and
Nathan.
Nathan. Oh, bloody hell. Yes, the door is shut forever. No, the door is not shut forever. Probably the nicest thing to say. This one here.
How? How do I go back?
Try to
I
forgive
think
yourself.
You're quite right.
Ka-ching.
I've been trying to
Hey,
address the
I'm
symptoms
getting better
and
as
not
a
the root of the
therapist.
problem. You might be the best replacement doctor this place has seen.
Boom, there we
I'll
go.
book a
We've
real
solved
appointment
you.
next time. And you
Bugger
can
off
help me
now.
with this.
Yeah, he walks through the
Thanks,
door and
Doctor.
fucks off like into like a war zone.
Why does it still give you the option to pick all these as well?
Yeah,
Like,
we done it. Now we're just gonna. He's gonna be like, "Oh, that's awful advice,
I
Doctor."
hadn't thought of
yeah.
that.
What?
I've just been thinking when I open a door, it goes somewhere else in the present.
Fuck it. He's lapping up our words like dessert. I'll take it.
Thank you, Doctor.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Everything we say.
I'll try that. Now. I'll try that now.
Yeah, go on. Off you go. Off you go. Easy 150 quid. Oh, good. I'm glad we didn't pick the go back in time thing. Yes, we've done that. Right, guys. I think. Oh, we did actually solve his thing. Look, he's gone. So we've. I'm thinking. Let's just rock on to the next chapter. I know they've
Do
all
we have
got yellow
anything to
circles.
ask anyone else? Was there any follow-up?
Yeah. This is what I was thinking, because they've all got a yellow circle, haven't they? So maybe we haven't found out everything we could at this point.
Can we go to Jaya and just write in Scarlet? Because it almost looked like Scarlet had beef with her.
Yeah. Scarlet.
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Okay.
Right. Well, if we do go next chapter, hopefully we get another Jaya dream.
Yes.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Oh. This looks a bit creepy, doesn't it?
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Oh dear.
He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature.
Where's Bella? You missed her, Sonia. She was sat right next to me, but now she's buggered off to the couch behind me. So I don't think you can see her in camera shot. You might just, the top of the chair might just be in your way, but she's right there. Having a little doze. Okay. What
It eats
happens
them.
when they follow you?
It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Why are you the best doctor for him ever? I think what you're on about that Glyn guy, because it seemed like that we solved his issue. He then just walked off.
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth. You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game. I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty.
Hit me. It's funny, I actually did think of the word innocent, so...
Murderer.
Victim?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
here we go.
Good.
Oh, I mean,
I think
should we...
we say Claire. I don't think we should say Mariana to her face.
Hang on a minute. Fleece is saying type. Are you?
Okay.
Was you? I don't know if I looked down at the wrong moment. Was you on about the bit, the first question when she asked guilty and then it was innocent? Or could we actually potentially type something? I don't know. It looks like we're going to have to answer this. So
I'm really intrigued to say Claire because that is our theory right now.
it is. It is. And this probably isn't the end of the game, is it?
And also, Mariana thinks she's feeding people to the sea or whatever, and she might think that she's a suspect. So it might ease her mind a little bit to say it wasn't you.
Yeah. Boom, we're going Claire.
That's a good doctor. Now, just give me those 3 little words and I'll let you go.
I love you, question mark.
I was going to say fancy Big Mac, but that was in it.
Sure.
Yes.
It's coming home.
Yes, you do.
Oh no. Okay, it looks like we could... Oh, hang on, what's this? So that's I love you backwards. Okay.
I
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints. Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics.
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for
Bella
Jaya.
snoring.
Patients were
How
trying
are
to
we,
kill him.
You let me
Sonia?
see
Yeah,
money.
we
Leaving a
good.
message
Ding dong, the
creature,
Tories are
human
gone. I'm very
flesh.
happy. How are you?
Teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Here we go. Insanity, please.
Oh, Doctor. You look... Oh. There's something I need to tell you.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
good,
find
thanks,
Dr.
Sonia.
Dekker's
It's Friday,
prescription pad anywhere.
so
I'm not sure when
very
it went
happy,
missing, but I
very
don't
happy
remember
indeed.
seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
I'm gonna ask you right now, if that's possible. I'm gonna type in Mariana, and you're gonna tell me everything you know.
Looking for Chris Sofa.
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? As she had most to gain. She got all the money if he died, and it makes most sense, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, but she said she was at the pier with Thingy-Majig.
And she saw Elin there, so...
Who's gone missing? Oh, that's what's it? Scarlett's gone missing.
You didn't know the election results. Well, if it was like you waiting for Matt Day and you didn't want any spoilers, I'm sorry. But glad to hear you're okay.
I think you know who
How are
killed
you
Dr.
today?
Dekker. So you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
I wonder if that's a little hint that us picking Claire was right. Oh, look at that. The little girl there, look. That's a bit creepy. Hypnotism.
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words. I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some
Mate,
NASA
if we
program.
find out what the
He was
key word
reading off
is,
planets. It
he
was
can
one of
fall
them.
asleep and we can go on our phone for the rest of the session and milk more money out of him.
Saturn, Mars, Pluto.
I don't want it to be triggered.
Is he toying us here? Oh, you know, is he actually? Nah, he's pissing around, isn't he? Saturn's not going to be the key word.
Did he sleepwalk or did he be pissed off?
Oh, have we just randomly? Was that the key word? Saturn.
Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
It actually is. Right. Okay.
Today, Doctor. Today we will have fun. Other days I've told you who it is. Today you can work it out for yourself. Maybe that will move things forward for me.
I'm gonna just cheekily put the word Saturn in.
You're just fucking about.
God, I'd be such a bad therapist. Just endless entertainment.
That reaction is my exact reaction when I hear the ice cream van outside. It's like a trigger, and I walk to it.
Oh God. Oh. Uranus. Do we tell him? No, let's not.
The worst thing about my condition is that people think they're asking me something for the first time. I get asked the same thing over and over again. I've actually lost track of what I've already told you and what you're supposed to know. So what if the truck driver had the same combination of sleeping tablets and alcohol that Dr. Dekker had? That doesn't prove a thing.
Wait, hold the phone. How would he know what Dr. Dekker had? Did he steal the prescription pad?
Where is the... I don't know. I don't know if you're onto something there, or whether it's one of those game things where the characters talk to one another off screen, so he sort of knows everything that we know.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's a bit sus.
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana.
More typing and bad therapy. Fuck it, we're doing it again. Oh God, this mate, when we parody this, you're playing Nathan. We're gonna have like some audio of like an ice cream van in the background, and I'm just gonna be sat there just taking the piss, going Saturn, Saturn. Right, okay. Let's do this properly.
We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
It's a shame, because if he doesn't recall where the night went, it doesn't give an alibi.
Oh, hang on, it says there, that's your question, isn't it? Do you know about the description pad? So,
yeah.
that's your question, isn't it?
The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
I mean,
Tragedy.
It was successful for everyone.
Claire Castleford. That's who's been writing the death threats on his prescription pad. I didn't really want to say, but I think people need to know now that it's gone missing.
Right, well, that there, ladies and gents, is my... You know that Zach moment? Where he went, oh yeah, I followed Thingy to the house. In Shapeshifting Detective, I followed Violet to the house, or was it the other way around? And it just gamed the game. It gave away the game. I think that this is that equivalent. I think what Nathan's just said has just dropped Claire right in it.
Yeah, we've always suspected it, but...
Dr. Dekker told me it was Claire Castleford. He said he knew who the culprit was, but he thought it was more fun that they didn't know that he knew. Madness. I was trying to find his bloody paper spike to stop him using it in our sessions. I was just going to take it, but one of the other patients walked in on me. I had to improvise.
I'm seeing lots of dots on the chat. I think they know we're right.
With Hannah now. I can save her.
We're right.
And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
Do we want to say that Mariana likes him? End with a bit of romance between the two of them?
Should we go to Mariana first, then get back to that? Because we can skip through, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to give him false hope.
Okay, right. Let's just tell him with it.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down.
I'll tell you what the key word is.
And thank you. You know, there's something I'm not going to
It's
tell you.
SATURN. What have
It's
you
about
been
time
telling
travel.
me?
Saturn,
Oh.
Saturn.
I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to.
Doctor Who reference.
Except once.
Does anyone here, this might be a long shot, does anyone here still watch Doctor Who? Because I sort of gave up once the Matt Smith era finished.
Nah.
I've not really seen any of them since. The bits that I have seen, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look that great. But, just a random little convo for the chat. Right, let's
The doctor
keep
said
this up.
she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital. Because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
SATURN.
If you don't
What
know
have
where to
changed?
start, Fleecy, I'd say maybe Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, I think actually Christopher Eccleston is a bang underrated Doctor. He was only in it for one series, but I look back, I like the old ones. And by the old ones, I mean like 2005 onwards to about 2011. After that, I just sort of fell off the whole thing.
Her obituary changed in the
Sonia
press
likes
clippings
the
I
beginning
kept.
of the episode.
It
That
said
is
she was
one of
killed
the best
instantly.
ones.
Oh,
Nothing else
yeah.
changed. Her family
Are
seemed
you
to
on
hate me
about
more.
the very
Which is
first
ironic,
Weeping
'cause the first
Angels
time around,
episode
they pulled her off
where
life
like, the
support.
Doctor and
So I saved
Martha
them
are
the
hardly in
indignity.
it?
Now
Yeah,
they just
they
think
only
it's my
did
careless
that.
driving that caused her death.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna go to Mariana first. Right, do you know about the stolen prescription?
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Because he had death threats from Claire, I'm telling you.
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
I love Billie Piper as well. Yeah, it's... You know, would you say she's your favourite companion? Because for me, it's a toss-up between her and maybe Donna Noble. Did you take the prescription
Wow.
pad?
That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
You type it
Imagine-
Nathan, just to see what happens there.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Nathan.
You'll have to ask me something else.
Oh, well, that's that then. Sorry, Nathan, my boy, but she doesn't like you. Let's just give him the news.
So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever. Thanks. That helps my self-esteem.
Oh, God. Oh, we've got more from him now.
I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly. I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
Tell you what, mate, your acting performances in this have been stellar. Tell me about the loan.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
I'm thinking, like, because Jaya's got news on Mariana, right?
She has, yep. So what, we go to Jaya and just type in Mariana and see what she says?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go back to Nathan and type the following. Didn't you tell me first session
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? As she had most to gain. She got all the money if he died, and it makes most sense.
Oh, no, we already asked about it, and this is a flashback.
Oh, right, okay. What's this little clue here? Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes. Nathan says Claire wrote the death threats. I should tell her. You know what? Let's do that. We're going to jump straight to Claire and say,
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it?
People's stories against each other.
I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
Don't want to tell you that, because you'll probably kill them.
Nathan, he's out in the waiting room.
She's actually putting Nathan.
You were supposed to be helping out patients, so we're just throwing them up.
We're an accomplice. Right, I'm actually putting in Nathan, everyone. Let's see what happens.
Nathan? I've heard that name before. Is he a doctor too? Once I got here early and there was someone in Dr. Dekker's office. He said his name was Dr. Nathan and that he was a friend of Dr. Dekker's.
Dr. Nathan, and he was a friend of Dr.
Yeah, because
Dekker's.
Nathan said he had to improvise when he was caught in the office. So this adds up, right? So Nathan's in the office early to hide the paper spike, which he was tormenting his patients with. So he goes in there, then Claire walks in early. Nathan leaves, drops the card, but then Claire would be in there alone with Dr. Dekker, right?
Didn't you tell me in our first session?
Oh no, shit. Nathan leaves. Claire comes in and then spikes the drink and steals the prescription pad.
Yeah. That you couldn't time travel. Couldn't time travel.
We just met. I chose not to tell you I travelled back in time. Sorry. If I could turn back time, Doctor. If I could find a way.
If I could turn back time. Oh, achievement unlocked.
Thank you, Felicia.
Oh, you absolute legend. You absolute legend, Sonia and Fleecy. You just got me 90 gamer score. And it actually made me sing, and it was called Share Time, the achievement. Beautiful. When everything just like knits together like that. Right, okay, let's go. Who was we with? I can't even. We were just bouncing back and forth, weren't we?
We were like halfway through Mariana though before we cut off the Claire, I think.
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now.
God, yeah, that would have been such... You know what? Because you know what I'm like? I'll go back and get the 100% for this game. And I'd have looked it up online. And then to see that you have to go all the way to Act 5 to get, you know, the opportunity just to type in that. Right. Tell me about
I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her. People follow me into the sea.
Has to be her. She's too
I don't
sassy.
force them, they just follow.
She is.
To see the creature. I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
Don't suppose you happen to know the football score, do you, mate?
Yeah, I do.
I know that Spain went 1-0 up.
So Germany scored in stoppage time.
Really?
So it went 1-1. And then it was about to get to penalties, and Spain scored a last-minute header.
Damn.
I'm fine, Doctor.
So Germany
I
are
went
out.
to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned
Spain are
to
gonna
tell
win
the
it.
tale. No
hello again.
blackouts. Nothing. I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
No.
Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth? The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me.
Tell you what, I'm just going to quickly
even if
let
it's the last thing they
Bella
do.
out, folks. I'll take you with me, though. Do you want to go outside? Come on. Go on. Oh dear.
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts, I can just swim back to the top when it's finished. You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature, it's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly.
I'm genuinely curious as to what this story is kind of about. It's the most enigma of the lot.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
missing
you back
people.
in, are you?
That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor.
Where you go? Right, I'm gonna shut the back door.
Creature. I
Just
hear
Bella's
it.
fucking with you, man.
It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret.
Come on Oh, right.
Damn, I mean, I know she was good in the other game, Shifting Detective, but her performance, a lot of good actors in
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me when you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it. You get inside me, Doctor. And it
Oh,
hurts.
hang on a minute. Oh.
And you don't care. I can't explain what happened with John.
It's just taking a nasty
He followed
turn.
me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
worst Tinder date ever, and left.
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. Annie had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next. I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Not gonna lie, criticism incoming, and it probably says more about me, to be honest, than the game. Sometimes I do find myself drifting out of the, what they're saying, because it sort of goes on for quite a while.
I killed John.
I am invested. I just don't really know how this strand ties to the story. I mean, maybe it doesn't.
They need
Maybe
to know whether I'm insane or not.
Yeah, like when I am listening, it's like she says about the lots of holes and it's a creature under the sea, and I don't know. I'm just, yeah.
Worst Doctor. Just imagine you saying this opposite
My lawyer.
To her on the couch.
He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane?
It's true, though.
Doctor?
Yeah, you are. Get out of my office. I mean, the thing is, if you turn around and say, yes, you're insane, she's going to go, oh, Doctor, I didn't need that. That doesn't do good for myself. So you turn around and say, no, you're not insane. She could turn around and go, oh, but you're not being honest with me. You need to, give me help. So it's like, what do I pick?
I think we should say no. Pardon me.
Right, okay.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor?
I would steal Bryce's teleporting abilities. That's what I would do.
No. The creature killed John.
But what's the creature? Yeah, like, maybe that's partly why I'm sort of drifting out sometimes. Not only because it goes on so long, but I'm like, yeah, how does this fit in with the story? Like, am I right in saying that this game was made before Shapeshifting Detective?
I'll look it up for you.
Maybe, yeah, someone or in the chat can confirm it.
Right, Dr. Dekker was 2017.
Right.
Shapeshifting Detective was 2018.
I'm not surprised by that, actually. I'm not surprised. I feel like Shapeshifting Detective was a lot more refined than this. And sometimes less is more, you know? That's where my mind is at the moment.
You're a naughty one, Doctor.
Where I'm thinking with Mariana.
You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
I think maybe she has delusions, but she also does have these blackouts. And I think Dr. Dekker might have taken advantage of her.
Yeah.
And I
Don't
feel
you
like
remember?
this whole thing
That's a
with
shame.
Claire's buying her out
You had fun.
is a massive kind of factor.
If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Oh, stop being a tease. Just tell me what I freaking did, woman. Right. It's just like the slowly getting angry therapist coming through now. Right.
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. I mean, again, I've still got to replay it, so to see what the branching is. There are more killers, which, of course, objectively is better. But as an experience, and to follow the story, just my levels of engagement, I am leaning to Shapeshifting Detective.
I'm worried about you, Doctor.
I've got to say.
You seem
this doesn't help
quiet and
start looking at the plain green couch.
It's just your fingerprints on the bottle.
Yeah.
Maybe you touched it by accident. You didn't know him, did you?
Like, when we did the review for Shapeshifting Detective, you know how we were mentioning about, it's a bit of a pain, you know, to move from, you know, the bedroom to then go back. And now, actually, I see the benefits to it. So I'd almost like retract my statement on that because, yeah, it's very, very stationary. Did we know Dekker?
I think we should say we didn't. That is the truth.
Then why are your fingerprints on his vodka bottle? No, don't answer that. The infectious madness of Dr. Dekker. Who hasn't it touched?
That's the title of the game.
Take a drink.
Why are you worried about
You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did.
Because I'm the
You flitter
shapeshifting
between
detective.
patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you.
Yeah, like, for real, guys, I'm so glad that I'm playing this with yous. Because, me knowing me, like, you know when we've talked about Life is Strange, and I've sort of said comments like, sometimes walking around an environment, hitting Y on everything to get a little bit of dialogue, I find that a bit tedious. This is like a bit of an upgrade on that. I'm very aware this is getting more negative as it goes on.
One man's philosopher
but I've
is
got
another
to say
man's
how I'm feeling
fool.
right now.
I'm keeping an eye on you.
Tell you
I won't
what,
let
the way
you
I
go
see
crazy.
it is the actors smash it out the park, and their characters and acting is what is keeping me engaged. I feel if they were bleak and weren't as well executed as they are, I would be lost.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee.
I think there's a lot
that's
of
how you like
information. There's a lot of information to digest. You know, obviously there's characters that have come in and gone out, and it's, you know, they've had their bit. You had the double glazing thing, and even the characters we spoke to earlier. There's like so much that's thrown on you, so many different possible ways to look at it that you get to a point where I'm like,
now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was
overwhelmed.
projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related.
I just don't think it's
My
dire
mother
as
died
well.
suddenly,
I just don't see the
like Dr.
motive.
Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink.
She spontaneously
Professor Alderby said
combusted.
it was spontaneous combustion.
Me and Alderby are like that.
He was in the Little Hope prologue.
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
It makes sense, like, based off of all the patients he got.
Oh, hang on. Mariana says Claire took over Dekker's loan agreement.
Yeah, she said that.
That's another motive then, isn't it? So Claire doesn't have to pay Dekker back. So not only have you got the Iris thing, you've also got the fact she's got debt with this guy. Might as well bump him off. It kills 2 birds with 1 stone, doesn't it?
But was it that Mariana owed Dekker money, but then Claire bought Dr. Dekker out, so now Mariana owes Claire the money?
Oh, is that what it is? I read it as that Claire took on Mariana's debt.
Nah, but then Mariana owes Claire now, but that still is motive for Claire though, right? Mariana has to pay Claire up? Maybe Claire sort of thinks that she can get money out of it as well.
Right, okay.
Well, either way, we'll talk to Claire about
any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient. So, it's not your job to find out who the murderer is.
Do you know if that's
it's the
on
police. You can only point them
No,
in the
I
right
don't think
direction.
it is.
Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Let's try and remember. Obviously late shift, but we're not going to stream that one because of the audio. The Complex, 5 Dates, the Uncle Marcus one. I want to say Black something. I can't remember. I think it was Black something. That's 5, isn't it? We've already done 2. The Bunker. It looks like a serial killer one. I can't remember the other 2. But yeah, Murderous Muses I don't think was as part of the package that I bought.
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it?
Really?
Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
I have indeed.
Your patience will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new Doctor, shall we?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
You know
I think
who,
I need to change careers.
God, you know who the Roman god of time is?
What? Who?
Saturn!
We've done everything with them. We've got
What about the
3 more.
prescription pad?
I ain't seen you for a while. Did you take it?
You crashed
Yes,
what?
I took
On
it.
Uncle Marcus.
I had to.
Okay.
She just admitted to taking the pad.
Oh, okay. Well, let's find out
Dr.
why. There
Dekker
might
told
be
me he could use
a
it
good
to take
motive
away my
behind it.
gift.
Damn.
Someone
so
was
that,
sending Dr. Dekker
Shit, so we
death
just
threats.
accused everyone.
Had no idea. You never
You
said
what?
anything to me about it.
I was just saying we just accused everyone else. Like, you took it, and she's just like, no, it's me.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. Oh, I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice.
Oh, what
They're
is it?
cookies.
Oh.
Hilda's head.
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Who's Max again? I remember who Max is. Come
I told
on.
you
Eat
about
the
Max,
cookies.
right?
At least he's.
Didn't I
everyone's
mention
saying
him
eat
before?
the cookies. I don't know. What if they've got sleeping pills in them, guys?
Is there legit a way to eat the cookies? Like if I type cookies in, you'll just get a scene of her watching us eat cookies.
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter,
We're
chocolate
the worst
chips,
psychiatrists. We've yawned.
and my
We've complained
special
about them.
ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you
We've had
some
one
pep.
killed
You look
Oh,
like
great.
you need it.
in our office.
They're space cookies. She made us some space cookies.
Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart
Oh,
of his,
dear.
apparently.
Oh dear.
Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow.
Ealing.
And then he came and asked me to do it again.
Someone's a gold digger.
Eleanor, her name
Who's the
man on the
was,
pier?
is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I
Oh,
shifted,
dear.
I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Max is the sugar daddy.
Yes. Max and Eleanor had dinner on
Dangerous.
Valentine's
She's
Day.
super bad. She's a
I
gold
felt a bit
digger.
weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. Thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it.
Gold digger.
Why
I
didn't
don't
he
know
die
why
then?
Max didn't die.
Oh no, I
It
mean
usually
Elin.
works.
Because she takes strawberry and
no.
stuff as well.
Oh no, I think she's on about me, mate. I said that she's a gold digger.
Oh right.
He's a died. That's what makes it worse. He's a dying patient. Right.
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work.
We know your game. Well, let's just
You're
say
very
thank
welcome.
you. You know, she didn't have to bring us cookies.
Oh, I could do the space cookie.
It's like thanks for the cookies, and then the next question is, did you kill Dekker?
Right now that I've got that.
Anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
Oh God. Was a dying patient.
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time. I just mean, when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
Okay. Let's move on to...
You're done, love.
The murderer.
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. He went too far.
Told you not to.
Look, I love that. She's sat there like, I killed David, and then next thing you know, she's just sat all prim and proper. Like, how did you kill David?
With an
Laura
axe.
says, heads up, Jack, leaving in 10.
I got him to put his head
Alright, okay.
on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head.
Wow.
When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
Probably a muscle spasm.
David is a monster. Anushka, she's hanging up. David hunted her
Who is Anushka again?
and hung her up
Start.
like an animal.
Oh,
Doctor,
isn't that
I
like
think
the
I'm going to
kid
be sick.
or something?
I can't talk about this. Let's talk about
the
something
little
else.
girl,
Please.
yeah, the neighbour little girl. That's
Like
the
my
neighbour girl.
diagnosis. You promised you'd diagnose me as temporarily insane. You can't go back on that now. Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met. Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed. He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up.
You forgot to turn up?
Well, Nathan says that he was there, so did Dr. Nathan say anything else to you?
He said he was returning a psychology book to do with time travel. And then he disappeared. Not literally, Doctor. Through the door. I mentioned it to Dr. Dekker, but he just smirked.
Yeah, we did. We told her not to kill David, and she did it anyway.
I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor?
Oh, well, there you go, mate. Yeah, you was right.
I hope it
So
didn't
she
accrue
took
anything
on
more
the
than interest.
she took on the debt.
Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life?
Yeah, you
I
did.
can't imagine what
and
I'd
you're
do to the psychiatrist
full
that
of
double-crossed me. But
crap.
I'm sure it will be fun.
Don't tell me again.
For me, at least.
So she felt double
Yes.
crossed.
Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover.
So actually, that's another motive right there, isn't it? That
We have financial, we have her protecting David.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen, but I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
what I would give to sleep for 8 hours.
By the way, can we go to Mariana and type in... Oh, no, go into Claire and type in Mariana, or debt, or loan, or something. Did she say much about it?
Let's have a little go.
I don't really know the girl, but
It's literally just that, what she repeated.
Okay.
I'll type Mariana in as well and see if that prompts any...
I don't really know the girl.
Oh, yeah. It's just that again.
Okay.
Right. Do you know anything about
I didn't
the missing
steal
prescription?
Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
Not wrong.
Yeah, he's got a point, really, hasn't he?
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now.
Well, stretch your paws. Stretch your feet.
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor.
You creep.
You have a strangeness, don't you?
Absolute creep.
You live in the
Don't want
same
to sleep
house
with
as
a teddy
Dr.
bear.
Dekker.
Do me.
I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well. You kept it almost entirely the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker?
Dum dum dum. I feel like, yeah, if we want him to recover, we can't say that we're Dr. Dekker because he'll just flip.
Thought it might be a perk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done.
Oh, cool, we've got a dog. Yeah.
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
I hope the dog shows up. It probably won't, but, you know.
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
So I'm guessing you are still very much on the...
I took his body.
Claire's the murderer, mate,
me.
yeah?
I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him.
Mariana.
But the body disappeared.
Nathan hasn't got an alibi, has he? What we know of Nathan is that he says that he found the key card, and Claire confirms that he was there
Claire
to give him back a book about...
He left the office, though, and Dr. Dekker wasn't there. So I feel like Claire's actually given him an alibi now.
I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that? Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead.
Oh, so is that
Just
the man who's
sleeping.
in Midnight Hour? Claire resurrected Dr. Dekker.
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking.
That's the thing, like, we did get told earlier on
following
that he was trying to
can
get the
teleport
powers of his patients.
I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
Nah, come on.
So it is. You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable too. If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again? I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it. Jessica has had a restraining order taken out against me and her daughter. I showed her the photos and then the rest is a blur. She was screaming, hitting me, pushing me away. In hindsight, showing her the photos might not have been the best thing to do.
Now, best to come clean.
I tried to sleep through my extra hour.
In the first place.
I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
Oh, we know you tried to sleep.
The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
Fun fact, if you tell him not to show her the photos, she doesn't get a restraining. Okay, can we go to Jaya? Oh,
yeah.
Hang on, I had a fucking plan and it's escaped me. Never mind, it's gone. I had a question for someone to do with something we learned.
Was it based off that convo with Bryce then?
Oh gee, I need to start bringing a notepad, honestly.
It's how did the body disappear?
By the way, so Claire was claiming that Dr. Dekker didn't show up, but that he agreed to get killed so he could be reanimated.
Yes.
But it's also possible that Claire could have went out, got him, carried the body back, right?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Shit, accuse. Oh, we need to think here, mate. Yeah, that's it, Felicia in a nutshell. Claire has the motives on so many levels. She didn't want Dekker to kill David. She maybe felt sorry for Mariana about having Dekker as like the creditor. She's killed before and she stabbed, and then that's how Dekker died.
That random girl from the second session said she saw double glazing woman.
Oh, so yeah, if it's a woman, do you know what I mean? Then that sort of narrows it down a bit.
Was it confirmed that she does double glazing or sells it?
No.
Can we ask her? Should we just write in double glazing, see what happens?
I think I've done this before, and she just sort of went, I don't know what you're on about.
It's only because they've all confirmed what their jobs are, apart from her.
Yeah.
Focus, Doctor.
Everyone has an
You're not
alibi
asking the right
minus
questions.
her. But we do know, right, that her and Nathan were the only two in the office on Valentine's Day, but she's vouched for Nathan that he left before her without Dekker in the room.
Yeah. So let's go one by one. Bryce, art gallery, confirmed by Jasmine. Claire, you know our thoughts about Claire. Elin, she was on a date with Max, pretending to be some Eleanor chick. Jaya, again, a little bit unsure.
By the way, mate, we've got something in the comments. Can we have a second to see who Sonia picked after you guys choose, but before the end? So we'll lock in, pause, and then we'll see who Sonia thinks it is.
Yeah, alright.
So we'll stick with our guns, but we'll learn what Sonia thinks as well.
So we're picking Claire, right?
Yeah,
Nathan, why would Nathan do it? Why would Nathan do it? There's nothing there, is there?
The only motive for Nathan is that he says if a tragedy or big event happens, he can move forward and get himself out of the thing. But
and that feels dead weak.
Yeah, and I feel he's a victim of Dr. Dekker who hypnotised him.
Pardon? Right, come on. We're going with Claire. Who murdered Dr. Dekker? It was Claire. Claire did it.
Yeah, I agree.
Dr. Dekker.
I'm locking in Claire as well.
I'm guilty of not bringing him back to life. And that's manslaughter at best. Good luck proving my talent, Doctor.
Right, is this where we're pausing it?
Wait, I'm confused. So where does the game go now?
I'm also very good. There's a hint option here. Why is it not letting me pick it?
-1 him. Oops.
Right. We can't ask anyone anything else.
So we're just stuck in the room with them.
We wait, so it's not her then? What? -1 him? Oh, calm down. Oh, we're in uncharted territory here.
Okay. Sonia says every time you guys mentioned you think it's Claire, all I did was laugh knowing it was. God, we fucked up. So it wasn't Claire.
It wasn't Claire.
Right. Okay. So my second guess was Mariana, but it's mainly because. Right, Jaya we don't know enough about, right? There's not really motive. I don't think so. If it's Jaya, that's gonna be dead weak in my opinion.
Should we go Mariana then? I've got to admit, from here, I ain't got a bloody clue. It's, for me, it's between Mariana, Nathan, and Jaya. Bryce and Elin are in the clear, as far as I'm concerned. So,
I think my order, right, goes Claire, Mariana, Nathan, Jaya.
Right, let's go, Mariana.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I can see why you may have thought that because of the money I owed him. But I wouldn't murder somebody to make a debt disappear. That's not something normal people do, is it? Besides, I was growing on him. I think if we'd have had more time together, he would have seen I am a sound investment. What do you think, Doctor?
I think I am going to retract that. Right.
Oh, fuck. Man, I'm... The thing is, though, whether we've missed a key detail, it'd be interesting to know that. Whether we've missed something key.
It's Jaya.
Or...
I'm locking in, it's Jaya. Jaya did it. She was jealous about Mariana. She wanted to bonk Dr. Dekker. And she had a weird dream thing going on that I'm a bit sus about. Jaya is the killer.
Yeah, it might have to be because Nathan has
had a bad day, haven't we? If you think I'm guilty, then one of your patients must have you just where they want you. I'll forget this indiscretion and go and put the kettle on. And perhaps you can have a lie down or something.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right, Sonia, knows who it is, and this is annoying. I don't know if this game is badly written or if we've just missed something.
I know. Right, it's Nathan then. If it's one of the other two, I'm staggered.
Doctor,
I wonder
really?
If something happened while
you said I was guilty yesterday too. And here we are. Again. Nobody's going to miss him. You've talked to the patients here. He was the problem. He cursed me, I'm sure, and with 2 weeks of straight days after his death. What more proof do you need? I'll tell you what I told the police yesterday. Dr. Dekker phoned me on Valentine's evening, and shortly afterwards, I was standing in his office holding a paper spike covered in his blood. I had no idea how I got there or what I did. I just woke up like that.
So it's
there was a suicide note, I took it. I'll show it to the police, but not to you. I think
so
Dekker
someone
wanted
hypnotised
me to kill
him.
him.
Someone knew the word
I think
Saturn.
he called me and activated some kind of kill switch because he wanted to end it all. That's going to be difficult to prove, but if you're showing them today's footage, make sure you show them the part where you activate me. You failed to do that yesterday. What do I need to say to get you to believe I'm innocent, Doctor? Tell me.
Yeah.
We can try again tomorrow.
Someone.
Sonia says, well done, you got it. Yeah, so... Okay, so Nathan did it.
Oh.
Well, she was in the room with... You caught
What?
the killer. It feels cheap because it took us 4 tries.
It does, doesn't it?
Wait, so did... Who got Nathan to do it then? Dr. Dekker himself?
I'm not really sure what you'd call it. Mutually assured delusions? I think Dr. Dekker was projecting his weird fantasies on me, and it was just going to be easier to go along with it. To participate. I feel much better now. I know I didn't hurt anyone.
He answered the phone to Dekker.
I didn't hurt anyone.
Him. If Nathan isn't the killer, he
Did
would
I?
just tell you. Sure.
Terry's been promoted to night sister. She hadn't been in, and I thought she was off sick, but apparently she was on a course. So she's my new boss now. I've already started looking for other jobs. It's no secret Terry hates me. But, you know, got to be positive about it. I could have a completely fresh start. There's a job on the children's ward I'm going to go for.
I suppose in hindsight it was self-defense all along. It hadn't occurred to me that I was just defending myself when I stabbed him. It probably just took the right lawyer to help me see it that way. I'm happy I'm free, obviously. Who wouldn't be? There's just one small problem, Doctor. My husband. He's still alive.
I think I was in my own head too much, manifesting things that weren't there. But I'm very much an art connoisseur now. It's definitely helping keeping me sane. I realised that I'm a very visual person, and paintings can keep me occupied for hours. I go to Providence whenever I get the time. It's the local art gallery here. The best time to go is late at night.
So I think he hypnotised
You get
Nathan
the place
to kill
all
him
to yourself.
so Claire could bring him back to life.
What I want to know is how did you know which
Jones on
patient
the
was the
day.
murderer? I mean, they all
Nathan
lied
went
to
in
you,
there,
didn't they?
Left.
I'm just glad it's
when Claire
business
was
as
in there.
usual around
So I
here, and
think
I'm
I've
not
got my
having to look
times
for
a bit
another
wrong. I
doctor
think I've
again.
missed, like,
It's
a when
embarrassing.
sort of factor.
Dr. Dekker almost caught me writing the advert for his replacement.
The curse continues at Dr. Dekker's psychiatry practice, where another physician has been murdered by a patient. Found by night cleaning staff, Dr. Dekker's replacement was pinned to the chair with a paper spike, in what police are describing as a copycat
We got killed.
murder.
I think we did.
Jaya. You're supposed to be looking after them. How many more do we have to go through before you get a good one?
Damn. Well, so we got killed. It took 4 attempts to get the killer. What are your thoughts, mate?
I don't know. I'm a little baffled. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm actually glad it wasn't Claire. We were saying if it was Claire, that is too head on. So there is almost a positive here that we've got it wrong. I just So what the guys in the chat are saying, Valentine's night, he answered the phone to Dekker where he hypnotised him. He wanted to get killed by Nathan, which adds up. Nathan admitted that he's the one who stabbed him. And then Claire could reanimate him. However, what I don't get, the whole thing on Valentine's Day, how Nathan went in there, Claire came in, you know, then he left. Like, I don't know, like, the timeline doesn't match to me. I was so fixated on that, I was like, well, it couldn't. Do I feel like I've really bit into, like, a red herring thing here, or I've cleared him when I shouldn't have?
Yeah, it must have been. It must have been. The thing
Sonia
is, the whole
Bryce
the
gives Nathan
hypnotism
an alibi
thing
in
didn't
Act
come
2,
up.
but he didn't in your playthrough. Okay, so if you're a long-time player, you'll know that Nathan can get an alibi in Act 2.
Right. So, because we didn't actually find out about the hypnotism SATURN stuff until today, did we?
No, like the last session.
So, the whole phone call thing, if that was early on in the game, then we've just completely forgot about it or missed that.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a similar camp. I'm glad that it wasn't Claire. It also feels, though, that it was very difficult to get, like, the solution.
I don't think it ever came up top left either, did it? Like, that was never really highlighted.
No, like, as a sort of solution to, like, deduce everything, it feels like... I don't know.
Okay, so Sonia says Nathan mentions hypnotism in Act 3. I just don't remember that. I don't know if my internet cut out or if I just really escaped me. It didn't stick out.
I don't either, but the fact of the matter is that we've played this game, like every couple of weeks? So there's going to be details that we miss, but yeah. I mean, I've got some stats here. So searches made, 816 searches, really? Didn't feel like that many. Responses found, nearly got all the responses, 100%, 9 hints used.
Oh, he showed you the fireballs. The fireball was a big factor.
Oh, right, so that was the hypnotism, was it?
Yeah. Tell you what, though, it's really weird. This almost feels like the opposite end of, like, Shapeshifting Detective, almost like I didn't really know what was going on, or I did, but it was almost just, there was no clues, it was just spelled out to us, like, oh yeah, he did it, he's not denying it, and it was like, okay, well, it's him then, and we got it right. This one, there was almost like the opposite, where there was a lot of info to graph, and I was focusing on the wrong ones. And yeah, Felicia, you're right, I was so focused on the timeline and the alibis that's escaped me. It's almost like the supernatural element, in a way, actually kind of hindered me.
I think so. It's like, if I'm comparing the two games, I quite like the stripped back nature of Shapeshifting Detective, and I like how kinetic it felt in terms of, like, you know, moving from person to person, and you shapeshift and you're acting as someone else and you've got to think about what you're saying. There was less characters, everything was a bit more tight-knit, but as a result, getting the killer was pretty easy, right? This one, I feel like there was too many characters, there was a lot of info, and actually the resolution, because we missed something, or I don't know, it felt, dare I say, too difficult. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just making excuses, I don't know.
Tell you what, like, I wouldn't mind trying this game again and doing, like, another playthrough with, like, hopefully we get a different killer, and then we can see the differences. But, you know, we can't be perfect. We got Shapeshifter Detective, right?
Yeah.
We got this one wrong. We're 1 for 1 at the moment.
Absolutely. But yeah, there we go. So, God, what do you think overall, mate? Like, if you had to pick, obviously, guys, we're going to do, like, a review episode for this game where, like we did with Shapeshifting Detective, we'll go into things in a little bit more detail. Whether I've 100%ed it by then, I'm not sure, so I'll probably have to do some digging on that front. But for the fans now, mate, if you had to pick what one you preferred, this one or Shapeshifting Detective?
I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm leaning towards
For me, it's Shapeshifting Detective.
In a weird way, though, there are things about this that I like. The fact I got it wrong. I think I'd rather my mystery was too difficult than too easy. I loved, like, the fact that we could go to different rooms, and I loved the whole tarot card theme. The other one, this one felt a bit more bleak. We're just looking at the same green sofa. It was slightly character overloaded. There was a lot of information. Turns out a lot of it didn't actually matter and was massively red herring. But I love the fact I got it wrong, and I'm learning that I missed a bit of info, and that's what got me, and I was fixated on the wrong things. I really didn't like the fact that in Shapeshifter Detective, we were just kind of floating along, trying to find out stuff, hitting so many dead ends, and then we just got told straight up pretty much what happened. Like, that felt real cheap to me. So I actually think the mystery in this one does better, but I think Shapeshifting Detective is better at everything else. The only thing that Dr. Dekker helped for that is just the difficulty and the mystery, but also the character performances. Like, I really like Nathan, Bryce, Claire, Mariana. They really knock it out of the park performance-wise. So I don't think it's like night and day which one's better, but I think I slightly prefer Shapeshifting Detective.
I think for me the choice is a bit more easy. Even like the performances for both games, I feel like they're pretty consistent. Like, I come back to it because Shapeshifting Detective, I sort of go back to that less is more thing. It's like there's less characters, and I feel like maybe it's because it's the first one we played as well, that could come into it. But come on, Bella, the fact that in this one there's so many characters like Jasmine, Glyn, Scarlet, I'm gonna forget about them, even maybe like a couple of the main 6, whereas Shapeshifting Detective, I feel like I'm gonna remember them more because they're more distinct in a way.
I get you. One thing I want to know, actually, Felicia and Sonia, if you've played this, who did you get in your blind playthrough as the killer?
Yeah.
And also, if you got it right and how you knew it was them?
Because I've got to admit, come the end, I'm actually surprised with how difficult it was. You know, you almost expect it to be that sort of shape-shifting detective level where it's not that hard.
Because to get this one wrong, you really have to remember back to a phone call, which I just never retained. So, like,
no, neither.
Because I never retained that, we were hopeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least
and it feels.
Ooh, I'd love to see a playthrough where Black Bryce is the killer. I wonder what changes in that way then. He was even more creepy. The thing is, am I right in thinking if we played this a second time, walk it, because we'd be like, well, that alibi's different?
Yeah, you'd imagine so. You'd imagine so. Sitting down?
Damn, well, the title for this is We Got the Wrong Guy.
Yeah, I think so. But then again, if there's any fans that they might not want the spoiler. So I don't know, maybe we have to get creative with the title. But yeah, guys, we'll have to leave it there. Like I say, do keep an eye out for the review for this episode. It'll probably be in like a few weeks' time, just so we can get some notes. And we've got another few other videos coming out before then. Speaking of which, this Sunday it's analysis 3 of Little Hope, so you've got that to look forward to. And mate, I'll leave you to tell them about next Thursday's video, if you want to reveal that.
Yeah, so recently we did the 12 things we want from the Until Dawn remake. I forgot if it was a remake or remastered, so I nearly said remastered then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing something very similar, but for the casting of Frank Stone. So Jack and I are going to pitch 10 things we want from that video game. So it's been a while since we talked about the casting of Frank Stone, so yeah, it'll be nice to do like a little video on that. So yeah, we've recorded it already, just got to get the edit done, and that'll be out next Thursday. Oh, before we leave though, I just want to read what Sonia has to say. My first blind playthrough with my friends, it was Mariana. The loan didn't go to Claire, so she had means till Dekker. In my second, which I did solo, it was Ellen. She said she slept with Max, which she later revealed was false to tell her where she really was. Interesting.
So again, it feels like, considering all the information that we got told in this game, the fact it came down to a phone call and hypnotism, I don't know, how do you deduce that? Like, because even comparing against Mariana, like, she had motive. You could say Claire had motive because of several reasons. I don't know, it's just, it feels a little bit pot luck to me. I don't know, maybe that's a bit harsh, a bit unfair, but like, I don't know how you deduce that in like a typical mystery sense.
I don't know, I feel like some of the, like, based off of who the killer is at random when you open the game up, some are probably easier to get than others. I'm not just trying to give ourselves an excuse here, but maybe Nathan is a tough one on a blind playthrough if you've never played the game before. I mean, maybe like that is just the case. Like, maybe. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, we had Zach in Shapeshifter Detective. Piss easy to know it was him when he fucking spills it. This one, like I say, really surfing back to one little conversation in Act 2 and 3, and I just neglected the hypnotism thing. I feel like maybe if Claire had an alibi, I probably could have deduced it if I really like nailed into the fact that it was about him trying to gain all these powers. But yeah, I don't know. It's that was a toughie. Really difficult to get on the blind playthrough on the Nathan one, in my opinion.
You know what? Actually, thinking about it. Oh wait, no. Claire said she forgot to go, didn't she? So if Claire went, then she'd have seen the dead body, and then she'd have known it was Nathan. All right, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, she said she forgot to go, so it means it had to be Nathan.
I think she said she got there early, but Dr. Dekker didn't show up.
Oh right, I thought she said.
Me because well, that's what I think anyway. Which is what confused me, because I'm like, well, if Dr. Dekker wasn't there, Nathan couldn't have killed her, Claire couldn't have killed him. So like, where the fuck was Dr. I thought he was in his chair on Valentine's Day, you know, at that time. I don't know. I've got my timelines really muddled. I'm gonna have to go away and kind of like look at how happened. I'm so confused. There
was other stuff you guys just asked, service level choices, which makes me wonder then if it's better if you're on PC with the whole typing game, because there was no way I was going to constantly type, because obviously I'm aware that you guys are watching it and you can't see what I'm doing when I'm typing. So yeah, there we go. We'll take it on the chin. Maybe next time we'll be more switched on, mate. Yeah. For when we try to get the killer or
Sonia
whatever.
Says
but
it's the phone call and the fact that Bryce doesn't give Nathan an alibi. But from a blind playthrough, you would know that Nathan would give Nathan an alibi. But Bryce would give Nathan an alibi. So it's just a phone call, really, in the hypnotism. But yeah, it was a toughie. But you know what? Like I said, I almost quite like when you get it wrong.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I almost want a game with a sweet
proved
spot,
to be a challenge.
Not too easy, not too difficult. I feel like I'm still waiting for that down the road middle one.
The Goldilocks thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the get it bang in the middle. Yeah. Oh well, there we go, guys. That was our little gameplay series for the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. In terms of when we do our next one, I'm really not sure. I think it depends on how long the game is, because obviously soon we're going to be getting into that territory where, you know, we're streaming for some of the new games that are coming out this year, so we'll see how it plays out. But we'll do the same thing. We'll put a poll out and then you guys can vote on it, and obviously, you know, we'll play it when we are ready. But thanks for joining, guys. Always good to chat to you and whatnot. And what's this? Poem on Row is super short and fun and in little episodes. I don't think we've got that one. I don't think that's one of the 10, unfortunately. I'll have a look. I think I'm going to see which ones are relatively short, so we can get it done in like 1 or 2 evenings or something. But yeah, as always, thanks a lot, guys, and keep an eye out for the videos coming soon. And have a good rest of your days / evenings.
Take care, guys.
Catch you later.